Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. We're diving into yet another Arvon beer. This one is going to be called the Age of Conifers. This is a 5.3% ABV classic pale ale with Cascade hops. So not that intricate, not that crazy. From Arvon, they usually play with different hops. This time it's just the Cascade version of hops. Nothing else added to the mix. So this is coming in around $4.99 for this can. So 5.3%, quite light, but going for that old traditional vibe, being that traditional pale ale. So something different from Arvon that I haven't seen. Usually you see the New England styles, the doubles, the triples. And they've done dark lagers, Czech lagers. They've done basically every single category I can think of now. That used to be one of my critiques on Arvon, is they had to expand the portfolio. Guys, they've done that and then some. They do every single thing you can think of. Not everything, I'm being a little facetious, but you got it. They do a lot of stuff. So, going for the pour. In this Pourmichigan glassware, because guess what? It's an appropriate glass for this occasion. Indeed, Michigan glassware. Pourmichiganbeer. So, a little bit of a dirty glass, hard water. Shh. Glass police, be quiet. Okay, it's quite light. It didn't pour too thick because it's only that 5.3% beer. But again, we have a little bit of copper orange in the mix. A little bit, almost looked like pinky salmon in a way when I poured it. I think I'm just losing touch of my colors. That doesn't seem right, but orangey, copper, a little bit of yellow dash in there. So let's see what we're working with. Go to an aroma. And my dog just plowed his way into the review room, aka the guest room. Okay, he's laying down. Good boy. Oh man, that's malty. It smells like a Michigan-made beer. I mean, to put it lightly, sometimes I don't like the hops we use a lot. Cascade's one of them. Sometimes I don't like that malty, dense smell. Almost not, I don't want to say it's like cardboardy, but it is a little bit. It's got that cardboard, malty undertone, that floral undertone that's coming in pretty abundant on this one. A little bit of orange peel. And again, that maltier undertone with a little bit of floral in the mix. So let's dive in, guys. It's Age of Conifers. I love the name, by the way. Pourmichiganbeer. Cheers. Yeah. It's traditional as it gets, guys. It feels like an old school beer with a little bit more drinkability, to be honest. Like sometimes I've had some old pale ales, old IPAs from years and years back. Can't even give you examples, but we've all had them. This tastes like that malty undertone that we're talking about in the aroma. The Cascade's flashing itself a little bit with that malty backbone. It's just very strong, but I think it was a good play on Arvon to make this 5.3%. If they had made this 6 or 7%, this would be a lot sweeter. It'd be a lot more unappealing to my palate, let's put it that way, because it just doesn't have the depth. It doesn't offer the variety of depth, just being that Cascade hop. That doughy, bready, malty undertone, very strong. That kiss of floral, nice little bitterness, bitter soft touch on the back end with that clean drinkability. Again, I think the 5.3% was the way to go with this one if you're going to make it with that single Cascade hop rather than including some depth to this beer. Yeah, just like some small orange vibes, just a kiss of zesty orange, a little bit of that like clementine touch, the juiciness, but it's really not there. It's such a second thought compared to the malty body that you're getting. It's almost like that this would be like a lighter version of like a Two Heart, but much less diversity, much less complexity. Again, this is Cascade, not Centennial hop, so it's not really the same thing, but it's almost like that smaller version of a mid-American pale ale, if you will. It's got that kind of feel to it, being just a dash floral, a little bit orangey. I don't get the grapefruit in this, but I don't know if Cascade actually attributes to that anyway. So again, I like this beer. I'm glad it's not heavier and sweeter. It provides the right drinkability, provides the right old school feel to it, being the single malt Cascade hop, and nice dryness on the back end. So where do I put this beer? It's not fancy. It's not my favorite, but if I had to have a beer that was brewed with Cascade hops on its own, I prefer it be this version of a beer. Soft feel on the back end, not bad. A little bit of bitterness. Just kind of boring compared to some of the other Arvon beers. So I like the style. I like the old school vibe. They nailed it. It's just not my favorite beer, especially coming from Arvon. They didn't do anything wrong. I just don't love the Cascade hop solely brewed as a pale ale. So where do I put it? 3.65 out of 5. Just not my favorite beer in the world. I like them. I like what they've done here. Just not my favorite beer. So, guys, that's what it is. Age of Conifers. You know what you're getting yourself into if you do have it. Give it a shot. If not, it's still fun to play with these ones. So, I'm Dan. I'm over and out. Catch you on the next review. Cheers.